Hi there, welcome to the Lad Mix Farm channel. It's Arthur here. I would like to give you an update about our chili garden. Remember, we started chili farming in Feb when we set the nursery bed for the Demon F1. We have actually 6 acres, as I've been updating in the previous episodes. And so we did the transplant around mid-March, towards the end of April, and started harvesting in June. The harvest was actually very good, bearing in mind that the garden is so good, it's a fertile ground, and we've been harvesting quite heavily. And remember also, the prices were also much better due to the fact that while the northern part of Uganda was experiencing rains in June, July, and so forth, the rest of Uganda was having a dry period, or what we can call the dry season, which sets in June, July, even up to August. That is for the central Uganda, western Uganda, eastern Uganda. It's only in northern Uganda that the rains actually continue. So it meant that for us who are in the north part of Uganda had chili to be able to supply to the market, while the other people didn't have enough chili, especially those that have been dependent on rains for agriculture. Now, we've been able to set up some preventive measures, safety control measures, especially guarding against pests and diseases. We've been able to put in the fruit fly traps, the stick pads. Those are supposed to be trapping all those insects that would cause a damage to the chili. And we've been on doing so well, but also at the same time spraying, using those recommended chemicals that once you harvest and you send or you supply to the international market, it will still be within the recommended quality and kind of chemicals that are going to be allowed onto the European market. We've been doing that very well until we started getting challenges on the farm. There has been a virus that has been affecting the chili garden, and as such, it causes the chili to kind of get stunted and start drying gradually. Now, this is something that has been going on right from the start. Even when we were doing the transplant, you'd recognize that some of the seedlings would not be as healthy as the others in their growth. And for us, it was a normal thing because you're bound to find some of these cases as you do as you tend to your garden. Now, the challenge with this virus, we are calling it a virus because when I invited the government inspectors together with the company agronomist, they are the ones who told us that it is actually a virus and it has no particular cure. You just have to make sure that you uproot the affected plants, make sure you shake off the soils just wherever it is, and don't spread the soil as you move it. And then go and discard it, at the boundary and bury it there if you can, but not in the particular garden. Because the major challenge of this virus, once one tree gets affected and you don't remove it, because there is no cure for it, it tends to spread and attack the neighboring, all these other plants, chili plants that are surrounding it. And so it happens, I think maybe it's due to the pollination bit when the bees move around. I'm not yet quite sure. But you find that it has been the case, and you find yourself, having pockets of dry chili stumps, chili trees, chili, plants within the garden. We noticed that it was becoming more rampant and more frequent. You'd just move 3-4 meters and you find another one. I think it is a general challenge in this particular, plot where I've planted, because it has come to a level whereby it has spread and it has become too much. There is no way of controlling it. When I look around, you find that we're having rains, the grounds are fertile, but the chili just proceeds to dry up. And so we've made a hard decision to kind of, get rid of the garden, stop the harvesting process, because we would not want to sell to our customers, first of all, the chili that we see is sick. We cannot process that and say we are going to sell off seeds, because we have a lot of red chili, as you can see in the garden. But it is a challenge because even we cannot be able to process seed out of it to be able to sell to those other willing farmers that would want to start chili farming. Who knows? It might reach there and you find that it is having those residues of that virus and thereby spreading to people's farms. So the only solution is actually to get rid of the chili and be able maybe to put in another crop. We are thinking of putting in maize, since we are still within the period for planting maize, and be able to harvest that maybe by the end of the year. But this is just to alert you that sometimes you'll do your best, just like we have done. You look after your garden properly, but then the challenge tends to be completely, out of your control. You find that now we have no choice but to get rid of the garden. We provided the fruit fly traps, the stickers, we've been able to spray, but this time it is something that is beyond our control. It is something related to nature, something in the soils. And this is just to alert you out there that as you go into chili farming, these are some of the challenges you're bound to face, and you should be able to, see how you can be able to move forward with such a challenge. I felt that it's very important that I share with you this experience as we move along. Thank you so much. But that means it's going to be the end of chili farming for us at Lad Mix Farm. I don't think I'll be able to take on this venture next year. The experience I've got is quite enough.